Robbie, it's
Good
live,
evening.
Robbie.
Good evening. Yeah, something just popped up for me. Sorry. Good evening, ladies and gents. Welcome to another scene of LWoD. I'm Skyrim, and you're ready across New York. We have Will White, still a girl, and she has been she's been doing all sorts of things today. And yeah, basically, she will come back on Sept Umbraside. She has been traveling through the Umbra, using the gifts of Otter to avoid the pattern spiders, using the secret ways that he is taught by his pack totem, and he will basically arrive. She will basically arrive on Sept and quickly head to the Children of Spirit Wild's cabin, as he is slightly late for a meeting that they had appointed. And arriving there, he will. Does he see anyone Umbra side or people Tolarian side?
I guess Tellurian?
Yeah, so arriving around that veil-warded area, he will then shift into the Umbra, and I'm going to take out my scene stuff, I think. And he will shift to the Tolarian, and he will basically enter his pack's haven den and see his two sisters.
Piece, interesting. The piece, for her part, she, I guess, yeah, I'm gonna add that because I think this is very fitting for her, the character. She is, she's playing with one of the many stress balls that gets sent to the Children of the Spirit Wild's cabin. And there are 5 or 6 already torn off, and she's at her 7th.
You started buying them wholesale.
Hey, I have resources. I can buy whatever I want.
Is corner cabin. It's probably off, and the piece of stress ball. Not much.
Got very little of that, Saskia. I'm really sorry.
Watching. Did you get that?
I heard that you were watching to Pisa.
Yes.
So we'll walk in. Sorry, I'm late, guys. Sorry.
She's gonna raise an eyebrow. You're not. She looks like going again through the stress ball as she looks Will up and down.
Will puts his hands on his hips. What?
Nothing. And she just shakes her head like, yeah.
I think me having tits is one of the least of our worries right now.
The stress ball pops out. Shit.
So we got stuff to talk about.
Yeah, we do.
Maybe
Tell me what happened.
When I spoke to Aiden?
Yes. Tell me exactly how your conversation went.
You know I don't lie to you two. I went there and I listened. I said, I'm sure you have some stuff to say to me. And I sat there and I listened. I didn't say a thing until he was done. He said all sorts of things. Stuff not even to do with like the issues in the pack. And then he said he was going. And I said I didn't think he should. We talked. And yeah. Honestly, I think he'd already made up his mind. And then he left. He wanted to shake my hand and be friends afterwards. Can he be if he wants to be friends afterwards? And that's what happened. I promise. I didn't rant. I didn't rage. I let him talk.
Okay, so just to be clear, because you went a little bit quiet.
Oh, sorry.
Did he say basically he wouldn't shake my hand?
No, he said he did. No, Will said that Aiden did want to shake his hand. And basically, so Will basically said he wanted to remain friends and shake my hand afterwards. And he basically kind of rolled his eyes and said, "How angry can he be at us if he wants to remain friends?"
I guess he showed his true color then.
I know him being in the pack was difficult. He didn't see eye to eye with me, and obviously has issues with you two, especially recently. And I said to him, but that's what a pack should be, you know, it makes us stronger. Like Talate said when he first joined, it makes us stronger having people with different thoughts and different ideas. And instead, no, I think he's going to go and join the Seekers. And they can have their little Fiano party. Will seems pretty annoyed.
Yeah, sure. He felt fucking homesick. So he went back to his people, I guess.
Yeah.
Didn't even have the fucking guts to say it to my face.
Honestly, I think he made this up a long time ago. I think he made up his mind.
You know what makes it worse, right?
Yeah, I agree. It makes it worse. Completely. But whatever. I'm not even angry. I'm just upset. And I was upset, and I'm going to be upset for longer, but then I'm going to forget about it because he was my brother, and now he's no longer my brother from his choice, so fuck him.
I don't like this. Feels like we've been a joke at the extent of the Fiat tribe.
Well, nods. Yeah. You reckon he's over there laughing at us now with his little new pack? Do you reckon they were laughing at us before? Oh, you've gone and spent time with the natives. You know, the natives and the wannabe native hippies. Wasn't that fun? All seems pretty bitter. You said something, Saskia. I'm sorry, I didn't get it.
Yeah, I did. No.
Try again? Yellow.
I'm trying to talk, but you don't hear any goddamn thing.
No, I'm sorry.
I'm just gonna type everything in the chats. Just respond to it like in the scene, okay?
It's perfect.
I
Try what?
I try to say something in character anymore.
Oh yeah. Just for fuck's sake. Just as you try, it goes up. Okay. Okay. I guess put it in the chat and we'll respond and I guess we'll narrate. We'll narrate the answer.
Thanks.
I can't see chat. I'm on my mobile.
I see chat. Don't worry. I see chat. I see the chat. I will do the narration.
Okay.
Even our so shitty.
Hmm.
So yeah, through the pack link, you've heard that when we were talking about Aiden, what went through the pack link from Talatahim's end was traitor and a silent nod of approval by Tapisha, and you can feel that as you're talking about oh yeah, I'm going native and all. Talatahim has taken a raid and now she's growling.
Yeah, Will was obviously saying it as like a kind of a satirical thing, and he'll look over and be like, "Sorry, I didn't mean to use that language, sister. I'm just annoyed." Just feels like this on top of everything else we've got going on.
Might even lag.
Yes,
Your
Oscar?
chat's lagging as well. Jesus.
Oh man. But yeah, I see. So yeah, she answered, but he does. You're right.
Yeah, Will kind of sadly nods because he knows he's right. I've got other things to tell you, important things. Something has been in my dreams. I don't know if I said, but I had a weird dream maybe a few weeks ago. And yeah, apparently one of Aiden's girlfriends, Darcy's friends, is in my dreams talking to me. Aiden's girlfriend now knows my deed names. Obviously, in the dream, I referred to myself by them, apparently. I sort of remember it, but not perfectly. It was a dream. So I don't know what the hell's going on there. I mean, what if I've given away Sep's secrets?
Why the fuck would you go with wizards?
Do you think it was my fault?
What? Can you repeat that one?
He seemed to think it was my fault. He
Oh
basically.
yeah, sure. Just like Metis are not part of the Fianna tribe. Yeah, sure. Fuck that.
Yeah, he brought that one up with me as well. It's fucking bullshit. Stagger accepted him. He was a Clearth. They just don't want to admit they're wrong. They don't want to apologize for what happened.
We'll need to deal with that later. I need to see with the kinfolk anyway. Talate, can you ask the spirit that you contacted before, the Dream Raven, to see perhaps if he can protect Okay, as Shienser already did. So, do you have any answer from the spirit yet, or is it still a work in progress?
Yeah, for our viewers, Will has actually brought this up like straight away with
Yeah.
Talate. So
as she answered through the packling that she she is doing what she can and she may have a way.
thank you, Tate. Aside from
She
that,
will
I'm sorry.
she will also nod to her sister.
Aside from that, my kin is setting up that tent. If you could encourage the Wendigo and Uctenakin to join in the peace talks.
Yeah, I need. I'm not as through through the pack link. There's a very loud no in caps lock that I got. Beautiful caps lock.
Please, sister, it can't go on like this. You know, I agree what happened was awful, but there's more tribes than just the pure tribes in this sept. You know, this won't be a place for Gyra. This will be a place for the kin to talk among themselves. There's no other way. How else do we go on?
So what goes through the pack link is the Latins say they showed that they are nothing more than everything we heard about them. The kin will be better off keeping their distance. Hmm. I can't really say that I fault her for that. And yeah, you can feel hate dripping through every single sentence that she's saying.
Will feels a bit uncomfortable about this. He ultimately knows that the they are talking about also applies to him, and if they can successfully peony him, which I don't really care about, you can have it. You can feel that he feels a little bit like that.
And she, yeah, as Telate goes through the packling saying, "You aren't Fianna." Yeah, I can't really say. I can't really say any side is wrong. The children of Gaia, of course, want peace. I can understand that peace between kinfolks is actually is actually better. However, I can't really say that uh, Fianna have. And there's, I mean, as she says, Fianna, like it's not not as hateful as Astalate, but there's contempt in the way she say Fianna. They haven't really shown anything. The only thing that I've seen is Jacob taking the decision that will, as she makes a pause, that will not please anybody. Which obviously, in this situation, is perhaps it's perhaps the solution that needed, but I'm not convinced. As Latte also goes for the pack link with showed enough, and she nods. This is not going to arrange itself because pretty much, and I will at least give this. Aiden is not all the Fianna tribe. However, the only thing that I've seen to be hearing from the rumors and from what Aiden has shown is that, well, first it's a menace, so it's not really part of the Fianna tribe anyway. So I'm going to be completely honest with you, Will, unless they fix that attitude. I don't really think the kinfolk are going to be extremely responsive. I will still talk to them. The children of Gaia will always be welcome. But I think everybody needs to cool off. And the Fianna needs to make a gesture.
The way I feel about it is I'm not a very good child of Gaia. I don't spread peace, but I try and embrace other aspects of the tribe. Standing up for those who can't for themselves, that sort of thing. But I should be dedicated to peace. And the way I feel about it is peace can't come from nowhere. Peace has to come from, people admitting mistakes. And if the Fianna are just going to pretend it's not their fault, if the Fianna are just going to, they're not. I said to Aiden, I think the Fianna as a tribe need to apologize to the Uktena. And he said, no, it was only a Metis, it's not their fault. And I just don't. What's Talate saying?
Through the pack link, you can hear their gesture can be dying.
Will looks over at Talate, and she has, like sad eyes because it's funny that it's out of character. Well, knowing that Talate is prone to extreme action, and he really doesn't want his sister to do something crazy. Sister, I made you a promise once. I said I wouldn't go after the tree spirits when they needed me. I don't know what the relation is between being part of the spirit brood and your tribe, but I forsook my vengeance. I withheld it for the sake of the pack, for the sake of the sept, and for the sake of the nation. I really, really, I want you to promise that you're not going to do anything stupid. You're not going to do anything rash, and you're not going to do anything without telling us about it first. Exactly the same way you made me promise the same thing. Oh boy, what am I getting?
I promise I won't kill them.
Will looks dubiously at her and then kind of looks at Depecia with the obvious implication being, that's not what I said. But he doesn't want to push Talate. Look, on this, if it comes to it, if it comes to conflict with them, you know whose side I'm on. Obviously. But I really hope it doesn't come to that. I know I have fights with people, but I don't.
I think what we can agree on is that Wendigo endure and does not forget. As she turns her head to Talate, reciting pretty much the mantra of the Wendigo tribe. As she answers through the pack link. Yes.
Will seems very worried about all this. He's not really sure, like, what's going on, but yeah. So yeah, on that issue, anything I can do to help, and the children guy I can do to help. I know you don't want peace, but we have actual enemies that aren't each other. Actual
It's
enemies
not a
that
question. It's not a question of not wanting peace or something.
eyes flipped towards Talatahine, who basically did just say that she doesn't want peace.
And as Saskia say, if they observe closely Talate, they can see that there is some blood on her fur.
Will goes over.
Perhaps.
What have you done? She says.
As she goes through the pack link, we've seen what they do, how they act. There will be no peace offering coming from us. It will be from them.
And so what's the conclusion?
And for the question that you previously asked regarding the blood, she answered nothing, Chiminage.
Will looks like he wants to say something, but doesn't. Having paid blood chiminage earlier this day, although he healed his. Yeah. So what's the answer? They say the same thing. The Fianna and the Pure tribes don't get on. There are more incidents like that one that happened. More people get hurt. More people die. The set begins tearing itself to pieces. More tribes take sides, and the worm wins.
Genuinely, will our tribe have never really been friends? But we all know that yes, the enemy is out there. But sometimes the old blood feud comes back. And as Tarate goes, tell that to them. If they are truly so wise as they claim, we're waiting for them to offer payment.
Well, yeah. Look, all I'm saying is, in the past, both of you have pulled me back from the brink of probably pretty bad violence. But that first time I met Aiden, if I'd killed him there and then I would have been executed as well for murdering another Garu. And you pulled me back from that, and I want to try and do the same for you. I'm not saying be friends with them. I'm not saying associate with them, but eventually we're going to have to go on missions with Fianna. We're going to have to work with them. I mean, yeah.
So for the pack link, she goes, shame on hindsight. To which I don't know to which remark that was.
I assume it's the one where he was referencing when she saved him from killing Aiden.
Oh, oh yeah.
Anyway, tomorrow we're planning this mission up to the northern area of the state.
Mhm.
Are you two coming? I would really like to have my pack with me.
Well, you're giving a mission to save Gaia and kick ass, and we would be pretty sister if we let you go alone. And through the pack link goes, you are our brother, coming from the inside.
Will raises an eyebrow at Talate. Sister. He's clearly kind of joking.
As yeah, she stares back. Anyway, do you have any info that we should be aware of regarding this mission?
Yeah, I need to clarify some of it with Teresa. She's given me a location to strike, but I was under the impression it was out in the woods, but having a closer review, it looks like it's actually the compound itself. And I don't really fancy throwing a group of us against the compound when we don't know what's going on.
I guess ultimately we can't be all knowing, but I guess as she thinks, well, I guess we can always ask our Theurge or to Ragabash to scout ahead. I'm pretty sure that getting any sort of info would be good, but I don't know if we'll really have much of a time to prepare. As Talatin goes through the pack link, I will see what I can do.
The place is surrounded by rust spiders, Umbraside, and other things. I'm not sure how Guardian Spirits are going to do.
As she snapped her finger. Oh, however, I may have an idea.
Oh yeah?
It's a little bit far stretched, but generally people don't pay attention to animals, right? You know, they don't really care because they're just that, they're animals.
Yeah.
Problem with the Umbra side is that, as you said, there are rust spiders and other spirit who may be able to attack them. However, even if some of their answers are not the best, I could maybe, talk either with a bird or with a rat or with an animal and ask him, to go and see. Might not give us, the best answers, but I mean, it's always that. As what goes through packling in that area, there are spiders. Animal would be noticed. So I guess this remark was if Tepisa's suggestion was yes, as she nodded, yes, sister. I meant Tellurian.
Well, we'll see.
If we decide, as she go, if we decide to go Tellurian,
I think we are going to Tellurian.
If we go, because clearly if we go in the Umbra, then it will be another problem.
No, we're going to Tellurian. The idea is to basically cause distraction so that Teresa and their other guys can get in and sabotage things, get information, see how close they can get. So essentially, yeah, we're going to be big, loud, cause distraction. I've invited other people to come with us. Noras that have come to Sept. They've not proved themselves, so they can come along. And I've asked the Striders, and I think Chloe's going to come along and bring the cubs. They can get some experience. And ultimately, Forlorn's a good fighter, even if his judgment is needing of education.
As what went through the pack link from Talatahine was, I guess maybe Rat might not be noticed.
What was that, sorry?
No, I meant that what went through
Right,
the
gotcha,
pack link,
gotcha.
you know,
Yeah.
that
Okay.
maybe indeed rats may not be noticed.
Small bird or something?
Nah, it really depends. Like, I guess pigeon could work, but like I'm not gonna ask a mockingbird to go there because that might be suspicious. I guess
Yeah.
I guess I'll ask for some of the rats that I've been feeding. I'm sure Jeremy might be willing to do something for more crackers.
Will smiles. She seems appreciative of that. Any other ideas or things you can think of? I mean, Eric asked me to personally lead this. I kind of want it to go well.
Hmm. I guess you can listen to the counsels of others, obviously, as she smirks. But ultimately, the responsibility of the cubs doesn't fall into you. It will be It will be within mother's responsibility.
Yeah.
So, I guess my only advice in this, because yeah, I mean, my only advice would be look at everybody that will come to this mission, ask them, what they're good at, what they're not good at. That way, you might be able to, get to put everybody in use where they're good at, and not, send someone who would not be the best infiltrator instead of the guy who would have made a better job.
Truthfully, I don't really want to be taking many risks. I want to go out there. I want to sabotage some equipment. I want to fuck up some of their drilling stuff. I want them to send a security squad out to us, and then we can ambush them and kill the word-tainted fuckers. See what weapons they're dealing with, I want this to be easy. I don't want this to be complicated. I want us to be checking. I don't want us to run to the compound and be faced with 200 guys with silver bullets. That's not what I want to happen. I want this to be smart. I want this to be guerrilla tactics, man. I don't think we should attack the compound at all. I think we need to, if we can ambush a survey team or something. I mean, yeah.
I mean, ultimately orders were given. So pretty much at this point, if this is a bad idea, then it doesn't fall into your hands. It falls under those who gave you the order.
I mean, the mission was my idea. Eric just gave me permission to do it, and we're coordinating with Teresa's one.
I guess to me, the only real threats that I see is that when we're gonna go, it's gonna be ugly and messy. So I would say we're gonna need to. I don't really think that they're going to, talk. Obviously, that a bunch of werewolf attacked. Obviously, it's gonna be some kind of terrorist group or something. But
yeah, I mean,
I would genuinely highly suggest that if we can, we sabotage their security system. Because ultimately, if they get images, that's bad for the Veil. We don't want that.
ultimately, our enemy is as interested in keeping the Veil maintained as we are. They don't want the normal people to know that they're here to corrupt and destroy the world. If I'm sure they could have, Pentex or Endron, they could easily find evidence that then they're not doing that. They don't want to. They don't want to break the Veil just as much as we do. Up there in the woods, who knows what they're going to be doing? They may have Fomori. They may have fucking hell. They may have spirals, for God's sake. We don't know who's running this. That's what we need to find out.
Yeah. I guess we will only find out at this moment. Also, while we have planned this, we're gonna need to make a test. We're gonna need to make a test of whatever the coil has given us.
Yeah, we should do that very soon. Let's go to the park in Brooklyn. It's the one I know. It's the one I've seen it happening in. And yeah, and we'll see how that potion works.
She's gonna turn to Latte. You're our spirit expert, would you say? Considering the few things that we know about the potion and the park and the situation within the city, do you think that we should take the risk of going through the Umbra, or we should just go into the cover of the night through the Tellurian and use it there rather than have to go through the same bullshit that Teresa had to go through and make a pact with asshole spiders?
When Talate's answered, I'll add as well. So I have something to say on that.
Okay. Basically, Saskia, they've been discussing the plans for the compound. Then they passed basically to the problem of the parks assaulted by the Weaver, and basically, Peter was asking Talate what was her feared opinion regarding the way they should go about it with fertilizer, because knowing what Teresa had to go through with the spider being a bunch of dicks and bearing any entry within the city unless some bullshit shimage. And basically she asked, do you think we should try to prove it through the Umbra and face those spider, or should we go through the cover of the night and use the product basically that it will be just as useful in the Umbra or the Tellurian? So through the pack link, she say we have the upside of otter helping us out, but if we go through the Tellurian, we don't have to face the spiders.
Will says, I travelled through the Umbra today. Granted, there's only one of me, but Otter's secret ways, they work.
Okay. So, as she thinks, I guess what we can do to use both of the arguments is to go at the latest hour of the night through the Umbra using Otter's secret way. Also, if any, ill effect of a fertilizer happens, the night will cover it up and not be a problem for Vale, at least at the moment. And if we need to cross in case of an emergency, then yes, we can go back. Which, through the pack link, Talate goes, we can always try Umbra first. If we get caught, we have the benefit of seeping through the veil more easily than the other Garus. And she nods. Yeah, we have that advantage, so might as well use it. Yeah, the gauntlet.
Will nods. He agrees with this. I think it sounds like a good plan.
Okay, so we got this. She thinks I will need to find some time with Chloe. I'll ask her for my Boston challenge.
Will smiled, and she beams at her sister. You feel the spirits calling you.
Yeah, well, it's not really the spirit calling me, but I keep feeling I keep feeling Snowball pestering me, and whenever I go into the Umbra, he does this big gesture and he puffs his arm ice muscles. So yeah, I'm taking this as a sign. And through the pack link, Karate goes, I've heard Roanoke how I'm asking him. And I will not do this because I respect the ears of my friends. But this whistle, like, well, I guess she looks at Tlate. I guess we got similar ideas, do we? She smirks.
Will seems entertained by the idea that they're bypassing the clear, most two obvious people for their challenge, who happen to be Fiona. And yeah, he seems pretty entertained by the idea of this.
I mean, this is clearly a coincidence.
Yeah, clearly. There's... Sorry. Is Saskia typing?
I I do not know. The inconvenient with the side chat is that it doesn't say.
Ah, yeah.
Ah, yeah. No problem. No problem, hon.
There is one other thing I need to bring up with you both.
Okay.
Will looks a little guilty towards Tlate. I've been looking for allies to help us fight against the Weaver, people I thought might be sympathetic. I went to one of them today.
Okay.
I went to the Bronx, to the Botanical Garden, to the World Tree, Yggdrasil. He's not sure if Tapisha's ever been, although he knows Tlate has because he's been with her.
Okay. So yeah, no, we were basically, Tapisha asked had said to Latte, well, I guess it seems we have the very same idea. To which Will smirked, uh, as obviously, the reason of their choice is very obvious. And then Will said that he has been searching for ally, and he basically went to the Bronx to see Yggdrasil.
And yeah, Will has been looking guiltily towards Tlate, you know this. And actually, both of his packmates has. He hasn't told them about this yet.
Tapisha will look blankly at him. So as she, makes the hand gesture of yeah, go on.
Yggdrasil is, well, I've involved him in a chiminage. Yggdrasil is dying. The Weaver is affecting her as well. I don't know exactly how it all works, but she said that that place is probably not going to be hers for much longer. I made a deal. Aside from the chiminage that I played upon arrival, she said that in 3 days I could return, and she will have grown a sapling for us to take. And he looks very seriously at them both, and that sapling will contain the power of the cairn. And she said, wherever we plant it, she'll regrow. Or another version of her or something, I don't know. And we can protect it, and I don't know what we can do with it. But I was thinking of taking it here and planting it here.
So as Teletihin has been biting back a comment, then she goes through the pack link. If you hadn't gone alone, we could have done a rite of growth for her. You were stupid. There is no sound of anger. It seems to be pretty much, Teletihin fact.
Well, scowls a little bit. So I tell you that our pack has been entrusted by a mythical creature to protect her legacy and to protect her cairn. And your response is to tell me I'm stupid. Not to mention recruiting a powerful ally against the Weaver.
To which she says, you also saying that you broke your promise to your pack.
No, I didn't.
You told you would tell us if you did something like this.
I said I wouldn't go off on my own to the park in Brooklyn, and I wouldn't go kill spiders. I asked you to release me from the going off on my own, and you said you did.
And for I think she was saying, and you realized it, hence the guilty look.
Is this really what we want to be talking about? Are you just trying to make me feel guilty now? I feel guilty because I should have told you I know, but I didn't want you to make me promise not to go.
But it doesn't matter. I understand the gifts she gives us. I would have preferred to keep her alive.
That's what I said. I don't know how it works with gods. I don't think it's alive and dead in the same way we think about it. I don't know. She didn't seem scared or worried. She just seemed to think it was inevitable. Will shrugs.
I think what we can agree on is that yes, she has granted us, she has chosen us a part of her power. However, I have to agree that I would genuinely prefer if you didn't go, if you didn't go alone, make pacts. As proof of pact link, Date goes, she isn't a god, she is a spirit. Spirits know when they're end calm and know where they can reform.
I said to her that I met like in 3 days' time I may not be alive. We don't know how Garo things work, and if I wasn't, could members of my pack come instead? And she said yes. And she said that I'm to tell Otter that any of his children can come and help her with this chiminage. So she's entrusted us all with it, not just me. I'm sorry I did this without you. I didn't want you to tell me I couldn't do it.
Perhaps you shouldn't assume automatically what we are going to tell you. You're our brother, and yes, it, it's a question of trust. You know that. As through the pack link, what goes is will accept, but will making deal with spirit and pulling your pack in without saying that's a bad thing, and any fears know that.
Yeah, Will nods. He has from the beginning felt guilty about that. Sorry, she has felt guilty about that. If I can make it up to you somehow, then just tell me.
The musician will turn to Glade. No, we accept, but next time if you try to be a Fearge, be a proper one.
Will does smile at that.
The sass is real.
That's about as close as Talatahin gets to making a joke, so he's happy. Oh well. I don't know exactly how this works. I think as a pack we should go and talk to Mother Larissa. If we're going to be bringing something that powerful onto the sept, I think it's only right.
Yeah, at least that would show that certain tribe, remember who's the alpha of the sept.
Exactly.
And I'm pretty sure that the next line that the piece that Latte says is probably mixed with a hint of respect and fear and a big bunch of loathing, because what she says is alpha and keeper of the land. And yeah, Bishop groans. Yeah, Mr. Gardner.
Yeah, whoever. I think also it would remind the other packs, the children of the Spirit Wilds. Yeah. See them laughing at us after that.
Yeah. I think if we pull that thing tomorrow, we should train, since we're back to the old number. We should reconnect our bounds in hunt and battle.
Yeah. Yep, let's go train. I've got some new ideas we can work on. And actually, now out of character, we can learn more pack tactics because we have a higher minimum gnosis.
Yay, pack tactics! And
as he's going to walk out, what do you guys think of me as a girl? Think I should change back?
to be sure, like, raise an eyebrow. Aren't you sure you're gonna miss your dick?
I just feel like how many people get the chance to live as a member of the opposite sex? I can't believe you guys gave it back so quickly.
I
amazing.
changed my mind after I got an erection problem. I can live without that.
Yeah, those happen. Tuck it in your belt.
She should just flat out look at him. No.
Bold, I like it.
But uh, yeah, as Saskia says, like Talate is in lupus, so who knows if she give it her back or not? Well, I mean, technically, if we look,
I think that might be a
but
breachability.
uh, but yeah, yeah, she shrugs. I mean, that's ultimately your choice. Uh, no, Saskia, it's fine.
What does Talate say?
No, she said, "Oh, see if you want to check between your sister legs." Well,
Yeah, pretty sure Will is gonna freak the fuck out.
but yeah, no. She, as I said, she shrugs. It's ultimately your choice. Like, I'm not gonna dictate. I'm not gonna dictate how to, I guess, live your sexual orientation through this this change. It's been, yeah. I haven't really much appreciated the experience. Through the pack thing, being a girl doesn't make you smarter, faster, or stronger or weaker. What does it matter? she she points to that. Yeah, what she says. Just she pats William on the back. Just be prepared for the other quirks that you haven't discovered yet.
Will kind of narrows his eyes at her. Despite having been a girl for quite a few days now, he's he's not experienced some of the um, more challenging aspects to being a female. And yeah, I'll think about it. Anyway, let's go train.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll join the Black Furies instead.
She shakes her head, and I guess with that punchline, I guess we can call it a scene. Thank you, player, for playing, watchers for watching, and we'll catch you next time on Rage Across New York.